Well, really a hard-fought game. We played. We played such a different style of game on Friday night against an athletic, ball pressure, in the passing lane type team. And tonight we played a strong, solid, keep everything in front of you type team. Very, very strong, very physical. And so that's what college basketball is. That's the beauty of it, all the different styles that there are. So, I was pleased that we found enough stops because I thought our defense, aside from the rebounding, I thought our defense was excellent. And obviously, they played the two big guys more than I've seen them play the two big guys together. And I think just doubling down on their strength, which is getting on the glass, and they did that to a high level tonight, and we were fortunate enough to come out with a win. So grateful for the win, or happy with the win, and looking forward to the game on Wednesday.
Coach Mooney, could you share your thoughts on the impact of Grant getting that third foul with about 14 minutes left? And it looked as though the Spiders were in position to start pulling away at that point, up about 7, and the whole game changed then.
Yeah, he's such a focal point of who we are and what we do at both ends. And so that definitely had a tremendous impact. I thought, we shot poorly from 3, horribly from 3. And I don't think, save 3 or 4, I thought they were all good shots and off of their passes, and they're digging in the post so much. I thought we moved the ball around and had good looks and good shots. So we're not necessarily going to change any of that. But Grant's such a big part of it that when he's out of the game, especially at key times, that is going to have an impact on us, and something we'll have to be better at.
You want to elaborate on the offensive glass issues you had with them and what makes them so difficult to deal with?
Well, their size, strength, and commitment to offensively rebounding. So, as most players, or say Richmond, if we're running our offense to see where the next pass is and the cut and the play. And they have a couple of guys who are really determined to go and get post position as the play's still going on. And that's hard to deal with. It's not they won't get that many rebounds against every team, but that's a real focus of who they are, and they executed today, and we just weren't quite alert enough or physical enough to deal with it. So something we need to work on and get better at and improve upon. But not every team is going to play like Old Dominion either. So hopefully we'll address it and we'll improve upon it.
That's 5 straight victories. What do you think is going well at this point that has allowed you to accelerate here?
Well, I don't think we've played our best yet in a whole game. And I don't think we've played poorly. I don't think we played poorly in the Bahamas. I don't think we played poorly, very poorly in a whole game. So, but we can get better, and I think our defense has gotten much, much better. Again, aside from the rebounding today, our defensive numbers are very good. It felt like it was hard. We got a couple shot clock violations. Our press was helped us, I thought, set a good pace for the game. So I think that's where it's going to be for us. I'm very confident that our offense will ultimately be very good. But defensively, I think we need to keep improving. I think we have improved and taken steps, and we need to keep improving. And I'm not a big stat guy, John, although Huffy's working on it. But I'd say during that stretch, I'm sure our turnovers have been low, and that's always a good sign when you can get as many shots at the basket as possible.
Coach Mooney, looking ahead, these pre-Christmas games haven't been Richmond's specialty in the last few years. I wonder if you'll say anything to your guys or approach them physically, practices differently or anything like that to make sure everything's tightened up when Bucknell arrives.
Yeah, we've talked about it right in the postgame, John. So, and we've had guys here who have been here and been through some of those games that have been tough. Again, it goes back to the most important thing is everybody's good, everybody's trying to win, everybody's committed. And so no matter when the game is or who the game is against, you have to be ready to play. And, I feel like we'll be ready. We'll bring it to our guys' attention, and we'll hopefully come out and play with great emotion and energy.
Tyler, points-wise, threes, rebounds, free throws. He's had some good games here, but Is
Yeah.
this one of his best games as a Spider?
It is, yeah. And, he's going to be one of the best players that's played at Richmond, and he's just terrific. He's got great ability, obviously, but he works very hard at it. He's always in here working out, always getting extra shots, always coachable. So yeah, it reminds me so much of Justin Harper. I would be complaining about Justin, for most of the game, and look at the stat sheet, and it's just eye-popping. So, yeah, great player who had a great game.
And given the two teams that you played in 3 days, I suspect if this season works out the way you want it to, this weekend's going to get a gold star.
Yeah, for sure. That's a great point. Again, scheduling is tricky, and so we really wanted to have the chance to play an ACC team on a neutral floor, and you have to have a trade-off. We couldn't move the game with Old Dominion, and we're traveling and coming back and playing. That's the trade-off that you have to make. We made it, and hopefully it will pay dividends. So I am really pleased to beat such different teams in such different manner of games. One, a little bit more our style and to our liking, and then the other, a little bit more, a little bit more difficult and challenging for us because of how we play.
Can we start at the end, which is, does anything different go through your head in that situation than it would have in the first 2 minutes of the game from the free throw line?
Not particularly. Jacob said big shots right here. I missed a couple big shots against Toledo on the free throw line, so just made sure I was nice, calm, relaxed, and stepped up there and knocked it down.
How were the Spiders able to hold on despite getting worked on the glass, especially on the offensive glass?
He showed a little bit of resilience. That kid had, how many rebounds did he have? I don't have a stat sheet up here, but he had a lot of rebounds, and I thought we did a good job coming down and making sure we put the ball back in the basket on the other end, because he was coming down and getting a lot of free throws, a lot of makes without the time coming off the clock.
Is there something that makes him particularly difficult to keep off the glass?
I think it's just because he's so big and strong, really. I mean, he was flying in there. He put Grant on the ground, tripped Grant up a couple times. I mean, Grant's a huge kid, so it's strength, brute strength.
Did you sense any sort of recovery issues having played just 2 nights ago?
A little bit. Everyone's got bumps and bruises. We already had a 1-game turnaround before, so it was a little easier to navigate this one. But just listen to your body. If your body hurts, take it easy maybe, or just do what you need to do to get your body ready to go for game day.
What was the theory on using at least some soft pressure to make them work a little bit to get the ball up the floor?
Just kind of slow them down, make them handle the ball, make them start possessions with a shorter shot clock. That's really it.
Hey, if I can ask you one sort of off the cuff, which is, what do you think Maurice Joseph brings to the table, a former head coach in the A-10, obviously?
Oh, I love Mojo. Every day he comes in, tries to help me along with the dog mentality, and he brings a lot of energy to the bench, brings a lot of energy to the locker room, just brings a smile every day when he comes in.